Hello there, Diogo here for another unboxing, and this time it's the biggest I ever done. So this package just arrived from Osaka, Japan, which is a package I sent to myself when I was there, because Japan is kind of a paradise for whoever has hobbies. If you like something, you will most likely find it there, and normally cheaper than you'll find outside of Japan. So I had no restraints during this trip, which ended in me buying more weight than I could carry for the rest of my trip. Because after Japan, I still had 2 more months in Asia. So I just decided to ship it from Osaka, that was my last stop, directly to my home, myself. And now, almost 3 months later, it arrived, and I kind of want to show you what is inside because I believe it's of your interest. So let's open this, and during the time I'll be opening this, I'm gonna walk you through the items I got, as well as the prices I paid for them and where to find them if one day you go to Japan. Time to start unboxing the happiness. First, I want to start by Surugaya store, that is a second-hand shop. I went there just to look around, and I found something I've been looking for a long time, which is a PS1 controller. I only had one, so this makes up for a pair, which means now I can play Tekken 3 with my friends, which is a very nice thing. And this controller is like as new, and it costed only 550 yen. As you can see, it's in the pristine condition, so I just had to get it. And since I was there and I'm about to play with my friends Tekken 3, I thought it was important to get a memory card as well. That only costed 330 yen. As you can see on the price tag, it's still in there, and it's in a pretty good shape. So yeah, I'm happy about this bundle purchase. Since we just enter in the video game section, I'm gonna move forward to these beauties that are Super Famicon games, all of them retro, and I'm gonna split this in two because I want to explain exactly what each half means. So when you go to a shop, second-hand shop, you most likely will see items on shelves, but then there is a section of junk. Normally on shelves you can find items in packages like this. They still have the price, which was 330 yen each. As you can see, they are in a pretty good condition. And normally these items that are on shelves, there is a guarantee that they will work. Then you have another section that is the junk section. What is the junk section? Basically, when these second-hand shops buy electronics, they try them out, they try to clean them the best possible and make them work, alongside with the customer that is selling them. And if they show no signs of response, they just put it in the junk section for a very reduced price. So I got these games from the junk section. It's Dragon Ball 2, Dragon Ball 1, more Dragon Ball, and more Dragon Ball. And as you can see, it looks great. It looks in a great condition. The positive side is the price, because each one of these games only costs 100 yen, which is a steal. Because even if they don't work, at least they work as decoration, and it's a very cheap piece of decoration if you have a retro vibe in your bedroom or in your house. Also from Famicon, I also got these two incredible products. Complete sets of both games of Dragon Ball, and each of these games cost only 550 yen. The secret about these second-hand shops is the most you go away from the city centers, the better prices you will find, because the demand and offer is way different than it is in the city centers. Moving forward now to another console, I have also purchased a lot of games from Nintendo 64. This one was from the shelves. As you can see, it still has a price tag. It was 550 yen, so it's assured it will work. It was kind of cheap because Pokemon now is very inflated in Japan, and I found this one in the peripheries of Osaka. That's why the price was so affordable, and it's even hard to find this game actually. I also got all these games from the junk section, each one of them for 100 yen, so very cheap pieces of decoration if they don't work. And you might be wondering now, I bought so many games from the junk section. Was I not worried about shipping them and paying the cost of shipping them for nothing? The answer is I kind of took a calculated risk, because When I saw myself buying so many games from the junk section, I thought, well, at least let's try out the Nintendo 64 games. So I decided, when I was in Osaka, in the peripheries, to buy a Nintendo 64. This Nintendo cost me only 6,000 yen, and I say only because in Europe it's at least 4 times that price, and it's in a pristine condition, good as new. Not junk section, I bought it actually from the shelves, and it's incredible, in incredible state of conservation, as you can see. And why did I do it? Well, to try all the games from Nintendo 64 to make sure they would be working. Initially, none of these games worked. Nothing, no response from any of these games. But if you grow up in the 90s, you know that there is techniques. So I took some ear tips from the hotel, soak it for a little bit and clean the connectors inside one by one. I really insisted on this process. Sometimes it doesn't work at first, so you have just to be persistent. And after a few tries, all 5 of these games worked perfectly fine. So it was a gamble, but not a very risky one. So yeah, I'm pretty happy I got these 5 games for a total of 500 yen. And the Nintendo 64, well, I think I only wanted an excuse to buy one, but I'm glad I did. It's great to bring back some memories. Then, since I was also in the heart of state of mind, I decided to buy the game that I was missing from Pokemon Game Boy collection. This is Pokemon Green. It doesn't exist outside of Japan. It was a Japanese release only. And now it isn't as cheap as it was before. It costed 1.9 thousand yen. But I really need to have this to complete my collection, and I find this a very beautiful piece of retro memorabilia. So yeah, I just got it as well. Moving forward from the retro video games items that I have in the box, I'm also a big fan of music, and I went to some record shops where I found some albums from K-pop, and I decided to buy them because I have some friends that are K-pop fans, and each album costed 200 yen. You will find a lot of these in record shops if they are second-hand items. The only downside is that it might not have the photo card. Still, in the music section, also in a shop of second-hand CDs, I found this CD of the Demon Slayer anime with the entire set list of music. The first thing that got my attention was the design, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't buy it because I really want to listen to the music. It's just because I think it's a beautiful CD, and this CD costed 800 yen, which is pretty affordable because the original price is actually 3.8 thousand yen. Since now we are talking about anime, I got this manga from Frieden. I found it on Animate. I really wanted the volume 1 in Japanese because, as you know, I really like Frieden, and I wanted to have the first volume in Japanese, and I bought in an Animate store for 540 yen. And aside from this first volume of manga, I also bought the official fan book. It was a bit more expensive. It was 808 yen, but I was wondering, like, what's inside? I'm a fan, so why not having the official fan book? So I got it. If you buy in second hand the manga, it costs about 400 yen, which is not a big difference, so if you want new, just buy the new. Before showing you the next item I have in the box, I will give you a few seconds to guess what it is. I can give you a hint. It's anime related. So, 3 seconds. If you said figurines, you are absolutely correct. So, I was also looking around on hobbyhofs that are part of the art of shop, and I was mind blown by the prices. If you don't know, the figurines in Japan are really cheap. You can find them new and then open from 900 yen to 2,500, which is the normal price for figurines just such as like this. Great quality, great details, and great material. So I bought this Zoro for 220 yen. I also found Shinobi from Demon Slayer, the Sepia collection, and this one costed 180 yen, also in a second-hand shop. Actually, all of them are in a second-hand shop, so I will stop saying that. Still on Demon Slayer, I found Nezuko Kamado, which also costed 180 yen, and it's a seated version, so we might need this, just to have her here peacefully seated. The next one is Megumi Fushiguro from Jujutsu Kaisen. Also went on for 180 yen. None of these items comes with boxes, that's why the price is so low. They are previously owned and they have no original packaging. But if you just want them to have exposed and you don't care about the box, it's a great deal to get them for so cheap. Even if you have a lot of unboxed figurines in these kind of shops, you also have boxed figurines that are still unopened, sold as a second-hand products. And I found some. I decided to buy them because they were really affordable. I bought Power from Chainsaw Man. This one costed only 700 yen. And since it was so cheap, I just bought two. I'm gonna maybe give one away. Last but not least, I also got Yuji Itadori from Jujutsu Kaisen. It was also boxed as Power and it costed also 700 yen. It's a great figurine. I saw this for sale in shops and it went on for 2,200 yen. So it was a very great find. Since it's a pain to send items inside of boxes, I just sent the figurines through mail from Osaka and I brought the boxes folded on my backpack with me the rest of the trip. So I still have the boxes in the perfect state of condition and the items arrived good as new. So here's an overview of all the items I sent to myself from Japan. You have the Super Famicon games, the Nintendo 64, Pokemon Game Boy, the CDs, the manga, the figurines, the PS1 controller and memory card. And all of these combined went for the humble price of... It's cheap, right? What I really want to convey with showing you this and listing the prices and walking you through my process of buying and where I bought things is basically to make you aware that buying in Japan is a great decision. If you have any hobby, if you collect things, if you have any interest or you just want to reawaken the child inside of you, Japan is the perfect spot to do so. You will spend money, but it's the best value for the money that you'll ever find. Because in Japan, everything is cheaper. Way cheaper than outside of Japan. All of these kind of things. Aside from that, if you visit Japan, you will find a wonderful country with beautiful landmarks, beautiful places, wonderful people, incredible food, and a strong tradition that still stands after the modernization that Japan went through over the last century. Don't think I'm trying to sell you this trip because I don't have a travel agency or I'm not a tourist guide. It's just because if you're watching my videos and if you've been watching for a long time, I guess you share some interest with me and you will certainly like something from this batch of things. Last but not least, I want to thank you for watching this video and share this piece of happiness with me of unboxing the items I haven't seen for 3 months. And I hope to see you in another unboxing. So, sayonara!